Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa. My name is Burning Earth Chris, and I'm gonna be your pilot tonight. I don't have a lot to say. Class trial number 3. Let's get into it, shall we? Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello. He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Can you guys tell which one of us is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then everyone's ready here and ready to go. Please board the pain train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then. Shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it. For serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well, no. But... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the court.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. As much as I hate to admit it, that he's correct. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, I just have to do this. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. A deadly murder, a deadly betrayal, a deadly class trial. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute! Within the first 10 minutes, you exploded.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me, of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the next action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. The courtroom looks different, interesting. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because there's fewer students here. And I did also take notice that it does seem to the elevator seems to be getting less and less crowded as the murders go on. I mean, that's supposed to be expected when students are killed like that, you know. But it does feel like we're getting closer and closer to the end game here, folks. But all right. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, let me save. Alright. So let's check things out here. Monokuma file number 3. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It's thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. A tarp was found in the repository under Kiyotaka's lifeless body. It was apparently used to move Kiyotaka in order to avoid leaving any bloodstains. This dolly was found when the body was rediscovered in the repository. This specific dolly has no handles, and blood was found on one of its wheels. It is assumed that this is the same dolly that was in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was originally discovered. When they were first found in the nurse's office, Hifumi's glasses were covered in blood. However, when they were next seen in the repository, they were completely clean. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in the repository. One of them was found wet and has apparently been recently washed. The door connecting the art room to the repository was designed to open only for the inside. Excuse me. According to Hina, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was rediscovered, it had somehow been unlocked. Equipment room bloodstain. A puddle of blood was found in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was initially found. A tire track had been left behind in the blood. This cloth was found in the trash can in the nurse's office. It's branded with a popular cartoon character when found with blood on it. One has to wonder if someone used it to wipe some blood away. Ifumi's body disappeared when Celeste and Hina left the nurse's office to use the bathroom. Apparently they were gone for more than a minute or two. This is a note that Hiro wrote to get everyone to meet in the dining hall. Meet in the dining hall is all it says. The handwriting is remarkably neat and clear. These are the blueprints for Robo-Justice which were found in Yasuhiro's room. Have the arms been like this? So, I don't think Hiro did this, folks. I don't think Hiro is the culprit here, but let's go through the rest of the evidence first. No one but Yasuhiro could have possibly fit in this costume. In addition, anyone wearing it would not be able to see their feet or bend at the waist more than 90 degrees. Apparently, Hiro received a mysterious note last night. The note reads, I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. Kiyotaka's wristwatch broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock. It was confirmed that as of late last night, the watch still worked, which means it must have been broken the following morning when he was attacked. Kiyotaka's lifeless hand was found clutching this small scrap of paper. Ifumi had this note hidden on him. On one edge of the note, it appears to be torn. The note reads, I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Each student has their own e-handbook, which also acts as a card key. The owner's name is displayed each time the handbook is booted up. It is believed that no handbooks were involved in carrying out the murders this time. But they could still be involved somehow. Alright, so I don't know about this one, folks. Honest to goodness, I don't know. But Celeste did say something pretty damning, so she knew about the blueprints. Byakuya also knew about the blueprints. So, the question is, how did they get into Hiro's room? How did they know it was unlocked? Well, wait a minute. Byakuya mentioned that things were getting, mentioned that, quote-unquote, the game was getting interesting. So, I guess he went to look at Hiro's room, and he probably was the one who found it unlocked. But Celeste also said something about the blueprints in Hiro's room. But it isn't. But I don't recall her saying anything about her actually going inside of it. So I wonder if Celeste might be involved somehow, or is the culprit. But okay. Alright, the focus, and let's check this out. This neural liberation. I got this because I finally filled out Kyoko's report card. So, the focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Effective during the non-stop debate, the Hangman's Cabinet, and the bullet time battle. Costs 5 skill points. Alright, let's do that. Alright. Class try number 3. Here we go. Alright, so the dishonorable Monokuma.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
You're one to talk!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
Compelling? Yes. But is it enough? I don't think so. We should investigate every single piece there, Celeste.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer? Or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Yasuhiro's message. Alright, here we go.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awful messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is clean and is clear, right?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts.
Objection!
No, it's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Now, to be fair, folks, there are other ways to disguise your handwriting. For example, you can, like, cut a bunch of magazine letters and then put them into a note, like the Joker did in The Dark Knight. But anyway.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Wow. Even Byakuya thinks Hiro's innocent? I honestly was not expecting that, folks. Okay. Wait a minute. Did you tamper with the crime scene again? If you did, oh my god, there are gonna be words to be had here, folks. Anyway, let's move on.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me. God damn it.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. The Illuminati! No. But at this point, I wouldn't be 100% shocked if they did actually show up in this game, but, Hiro was definitely in the suit, as far as I know.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
He's the prime suspect, Hina, but he's not necessarily the killer.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things that were used to move Taka's body. They must have been... Well, obviously the repository dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. Yeah, and the blue tarp as well.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
I'm not sure, now that I think of it.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
What's that supposed to mean?
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Hey! Wow. I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Oh, another new element to the bullet time battles. Would I like to hear more? Yes. Let's talk about reloading. Uh-oh. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. What? Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to hand. Are you kidding me? Oh! Alright, fine. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Alright, this might take me a couple tries, folks. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with the right mouse button and left mouse button. You will automatically reload at the start of peeper time and your ammo will not decrease. Okay. But if your action is difficult since it's gentle, you won't have to reload at all. I had to start this LP on medium mode, didn't I? In which case you can ignore everything I just said. Well, good luck and have fun. Oh, I'll do my best. Alright.
You had it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch!
Ah.
You had it wrong! I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Oh, that was tense.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
What you got?
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
Oh, that's right.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire marking that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much? I don't think so, folks.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
What do you say, Sakura?
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
Were there no bloodstains on the robot suit?
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Okay, there's that too. If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Yeah, there were no bloodstains on the robot, but
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend...
Objection!
No, that's wrong.
about?
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
I think I'm getting good at this.
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
You tried it on yourself, Hina.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet in it at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! And not to mention, you totally can't bend it the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Very doubtful.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Well, no, because there was a latch on it that was preventing someone from taking it off. Yeah, there's no chance.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing! There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that is true. That did seem a little overt.
Yeah, that's right.
But that doesn't explain the picture where he was grabbing Hifumi, though.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individuals inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
With doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Just a second.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Thank you, Kyoko. Once again, the voice of reason.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Exactly.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
Yes, it's a pain in the ass, but we gotta do what we gotta do to find the real culprit, right? Otherwise, we're all dead. So let's just do it.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then. let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, a strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was walking the stairs, so he headed further down the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office! This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
It really does. My head is still spinning from all the details.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Good call.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions of what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of the case, I had to find them no matter what. Alright, here we go, folks. Make your argument. Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order? No, I don't think they were.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before or perhaps it was...
We already know what order Taka came last.
Crap.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that while Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding
Whoops.
Taka's death, I wonder if or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Crap. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes you think something weird's going on.
Shoot.
Alright.
So, regarding... I wonder if... Or perhaps it was... We already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Crap. Okay, never mind.
Shoot. So,
Wait a minute, I think I understand what's going on here.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
we already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was
Crap.
Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came...
See? So it's obvious Taka came... So, I wonder if... Or perhaps it was after... We already know what order they were killed in.
Alright, I think I got this, folks.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Ah!
That Hifumi was killed while...
Wait, I gotta use the silencer, don't I?
It's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding...
I wonder if... Or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was...
Ah, seriously?
While Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka came... So,
I keep missing, I'm sorry, folks.
it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was...
Why do I keep missing? Alright. I'll have to try using the slow motion then.
Or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number...
Objection!
No, it's wrong.
There we go. 5 tries later. Sorry, folks.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
That is a valid point.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. I think I know what it is. Yep, I have an idea. Just have to find the right letters here. Whoops.
Now I understand.
There we go.
I got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey, Hugh. How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
Very smart.
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder.
But what about Hifumi's murder?
But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office! This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true! We're all in the clear!
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Hiro, you're not helping your case here!
Don't just go making stuff up!
Oh my god, Hiro.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time!
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway!
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Good idea. Okay.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
Yeah. How did his body get moved from the first floor all the way to the third like that?
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What?
What? How?
How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
What? Wait a minute. Could he have...
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
I disagree, Celeste. Maybe he could have been. But why? The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Broken wristwatch. Okay, here we go. Let's do the arguments.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
That when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I think I might know what this is. But I have to be really careful because I only have 2 hit points left.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
It's gotta be one of those 2 points, but I don't know which one.
Saying that when we first found you, there's a chance he...
No, Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
No.
So maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance you...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Fudge. Your meaningless words tire me. Please stop wasting my time.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt, and you know that surely you heard the body that Hifumi is dead, and that is... Are we really...
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else.
Fudge. Okay, yep.
Shoot!
Alright, I'm gonna have to restart here, folks. No, we haven't come back to the end of the debate. Let's see. I want to get this another shot for sure.
Refuse to give up yet.
I can't give up now. Let me fast forward a bit, folks. I'll see you guys back there. Oh, never mind. That was fast.
Are you saying
that when we first found there's a chance you...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No, that wasn't it either. Fudge! Okay.
Shoot!
Let me scroll ahead and see what the...
Chance you...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is... Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
The body discovery announcement was only made once, but Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you've heard the body discovery announcement, along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Ah!
Shoot!
Alright, I'm a little stuck here, folks. I'm gonna just try rapid firing through all this.
That when we first...
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Alright, I think I got this now, folks.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance you...
No. Hifumi was dead,
and you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovery announcement, along with the rest. Hifumi's dead body.
Objection!
No, that's wrong.
Whew! That one took me a little bit, folks. Sorry about that.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
As much as I want to agree with that, Celeste, I don't.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Good point.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually
Hifumi.
being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
That would also explain why there was no blood on his glasses when we found him later on.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
No, it's not. There has to be proof that Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. And I think I know what that proof is, folks. If you like this video, consider supporting us on Patreon, Ko-fi, Streamlabs, or by shopping in our Redbubble store. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and other social media for more exciting updates. Thanks for watching.